Welcome to a tour of our iKAMPER rooftop tent. It's really easy to set up, so there's just two locks keeping it secure. Once you open those, you just push the hard shell up and it's pretty much halfway assembled. So these two little pins that hold the expanding ladder in position. We usually keep one pin in situ so you can hook it in and then push the other one in once you've got the ladder where you want it. It's really big inside, it's quite surprising. I'd say it's about the size of a queen size bed. It's a little bit bigger than a double. So basically there's just this frame that hinges up into position, giving the tent its shape, and there is a bar that you put into position between the edge of the hard shell and the bar, and that holds the tent's shape. And essentially that's all that keeps the tent up. So in the pocket at the front of the tent you'll find all the poles are stored in there. You've got 6 smaller poles, 2 straight ones, 4 with little bends in them. The 2 straight ones hold open the annex part around the front door. And the 4 smaller ones with a little bend in them hold the annex part out from the windows. So you just open both the window flap and the fly wire and lean out, making sure you don't fall out because you're quite high. Windows are quite low to the base of the tent. And yeah, just put the little poles into the frame at the bottom and hook the outer window flaps up. There's a window at each end of the tent, and underneath these there is a handy little set of pockets for putting those things in that you want to be able to find easily in the middle of the night. There's a little skylight that you can keep open through the night if you like, or you can zip it closed. Once you close all the door and the windows, it actually gets quite dark. The canvas is a really thick quality, so if you were to want to, I don't think you'd have any trouble getting it dark enough to sleep in the middle of the day if you wanted to do that. It's actually quite cozy in the tent. Most of the time we've used it, we've had to keep doors and windows open just to keep it cool enough. We have camped in really quite cold conditions as well, and been quite fine up there. I think it was 4 degrees or something like that one of the mornings we woke up on our trip through outback Queensland. So there is a little fly wire on the skylight, because where the actual plastic on the skylight is, that's kind of part of the outer tent, so you want to make sure you can't get any bugs in there. But yeah, it's a really good tent. It's great. This particular model, I don't know if they make them anymore. That it doesn't have fold out floor, it's just what you see is what you get. It's the footprint on top of the car is the mattress. We chose this one because we like the idea that you could leave all your bedding up in the tent and it wouldn't take up space in the car, which is quite important for us because we have 2 rather large paddleboard bags that we like to take with us, and our fridge is quite large as well, so by the time we get all those things in there at the back of the car, it gets quite full. We pretty much have left it on top of the car since we've had it, just because it is quite tricky to get it off the car. Neil did make up a pulley system to take it off the car and store it, but we never actually got around to using it. We just kind of left it on because at that stage with the work he was doing, we were able to get away every couple of months just for a couple of nights, so we kind of figured we'd leave it on there. So we were essentially driving around with it on top for 3 years, 2 years on the blue Jeep and 1 on the green Jeep. When we purchased it, the people we purchased it off had a forklift. They installed it for us. We swapped it from one car to the other just simply by sliding it across. It is quite heavy. I think it's about 50 kilos, which is heavy for something that size and that high above your head when you're trying to maneuver it. But yeah, we just parked the cars really close to each other and were able to just slide it across. But yeah, we absolutely love it. We put a couple extra little yoga mats underneath the mattress. The mattress is quite good, but we just found that having that extra little bit of thickness was really helpful. But yeah, no, we absolutely love it. We were just getting to the point where we wanted something a little bit more comfortable, and we found Olive, which I will do a video on her as well because she's awesome. Yeah, our biggest thing I think with tent camping like this is when it comes time to do things like cooking, there's just lots of faffing about to get all the bits and pieces out and set up and whatnot, and that's one of the huge things that Olive has, is a slide out kitchen and a kitchen section at the back where your fridge is just sat there ready to open up. You can stop on the side of the road easily and make yourself a cup of tea without having to get a whole heap of things out. So I mean, everything's a compromise. There's some really good things about having just the rooftop tent. You can just go, whereas with Olive, it's, you gotta hook her up, you gotta think about where you can stop. I mean, she's not big, but it's still a different consideration from just driving a car about. So packing down's a pretty quick and easy process. Obviously it's the reverse of putting it up in the first place. Biggest trick is really just poking all the little bits and pieces in that just want to fall out when you pull the roof down. We usually use a paddle from one of our paddle boards, which is nice and thin and just sort of nice and easily pokes in between the shell and the tent. And good way just to put all those last little bits in and not squish your fingers. One of the really cool things about this tent too was that I was able to put it up on my own. I'm not a particularly tall person. It's quite helpful to have a little stool. I think I had one that cost like $5 or something from Kmart. That just made it a little bit easier to be high enough to open the tent up was the biggest part, just having the strength and the reach to push it until the inner struts took over. But yeah, essentially it's easy to put up as one person. I have a method to get it back down whereby I tie this tie onto the ladder to kind of stop it from springing open while I'm tucking all the bits and pieces in. So it is possible. Don't know whether I've got that in my video or not. It must be in one of the adventure videos somewhere along the line. But yeah, it's totally possible to put it up and down by yourself. You need to watch how much of your bedding that you leave inside. If you have too much bedding inside, then it makes it harder to close it. You obviously don't want to overstuff the tent with bedding and not be able to close it. But we had those 2 yoga mats, as I said, and a couple of different underlays and doona pillows, and yeah, we didn't have any problems with it. The tent has crossed Australia 4 times, surprisingly enough, with our move in between Queensland and Western Australia and back again, and also when we came back over to pick up our green Jeep when we bought her. And we also have seen quite a lot of Western Australia in it as well. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see some of the videos we've made where the rooftop tent is in action, I'll pop a link to the playlist just here. See you next time.